So, are you thinking about moving to or visiting Avila Beach, California? Well, in this video, I flew my drone over Avila Beach, the top of the mountain, as well as from the downtown area. Two different flights where I did some 360-degree views. So, I'm going to show you some aerial vlog maps about Avila Beach. Hang in there till the very end because you're not going to want to miss out on anything. And we're back. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure that you tap that bell icon and subscribe to the channel so you'll be the first to know when I post more information about moving to Avila Beach and the Central Coast in general. My name is Bruce Carson. I'm with Keller Williams Realty Central Coast, and I get phone calls, text messages, and emails from people just like you every single day looking to move to the coast, and I absolutely love it. That's what I do is I help people move and relocate around the coast. So today we're in Avila Beach, and I'm going to get after it right now. So we are, oh, we're recording. Okay, let's go. So on day one, we had a weather forecast for Avila Beach. It was supposed to be really warm and really sunny, and which is normal. Avila Beach, generally speaking, you can see this fog bank. Usually, Avila Beach has a hole in the sky. It's actually the Chumash word Avila means hole in the sky. And that hole is usually right here over the beach in the bay, but today it was fogged in. So what I did was I shot this video with my drone about 400 feet up in the air, and I went to Ontario Ridge Road. So that is the road when you're driving down Avila Beach Drive from Highway 101. You go by the Sycamore Mineral Springs on the left, come around the corner, and when you see the golf course here, Ontario Ridge Road is on the left-hand side. It goes up a hill, so I was up on top of a hill when I was flying my drone. That Ridge Road goes up to some really cool hiking areas. There's a cave that you can go to on a cliff, and you can go down to the Pirates Cove Beach that we're going to see. So let's take a look and see from my first day, my first shot up on top of the ridge. Ontario Ridge Road is right here. So that's what I was talking about. You come around the corner and you see the golf course to the right, Ontario Ridge Road's over here to the left. You can drive up here. It's a great place to go hiking, beautiful views. And normally you can look down and see Avila Beach, but I did 2 days with this. So now you can see, here's the golf course. You can see this guy hitting a ball. That's Avila Beach Golf Course. That is an 18-hole golf course right in Avila Beach. It's a great course. It's a nice course. Some of the places where you drive the cart paths are a little bit rough right now, so they're working on the course. But it is a fun course, and it's actually affordable to play. We would probably expect that Avila Beach would be one of our most expensive courses here on the coast, but it actually is not. So as we pan around up here along or behind Avila Beach Golf Course is the country club. So this is San Luis Bay Estates. And this is a private gated community that you can come in off of Avila Beach Road, or from the 101, you can take the next road that goes down here to Avila Beach Estates. There's some really, really nice homes up here. And it is a gated community. There's an athletic club. You can have your golf cart and go driving around the streets there because it's private. So it's really nice. Homes there range, there's some manufactured homes on land that start around $800,000 and then everything else goes up from there. Avila Beach is not a cheap zip code to live in by any stretch of the imagination. So as we pan around from the top of the hill, we are up here on the ridge. So these are some great hiking areas. You can access these hills and hike all the way from Shell Beach from a couple of different spots. So if you are just before you get to Avila Beach Road on Shell Beach Road, you can access these hiking trails and you can hike up here on the top of the hill, and you can go all the way to this Ontario Ridge Road, or you can drive down a street in Shell Beach called El Portal. We're going to see that here in just a second. And then you can walk or hike on the lower ridge from down below. And then you can, you can turn around and go back on the lower ridge, which is not hilly, or you can come on this, here's the street right here, this lower street. That's where you access from Shell Beach. And then you can hike out here and you can go up and around the ridge and turn around and come way back up here to Shell Beach. So as we pan around, this is really nice and clear with the exception of Avila. It was a beautiful, clear day. So here's Shell Beach right here. This is all Shell Beach. And then this is a real nice high-end estate area. And so you can hike there's the walking trail and the hiking trail right here. So it's really nice. This is, comes out of the residential and then just turns into hiking. Now, I believe you can hike down from there. You definitely, from where I parked and flew the drone on Ontario Ridge Road, you can hike down to this beach right here, and that's called Pirates Cove. So that's a very a secluded beach. Be aware that not everyone has their clothes on. It's a clothing optional beach down here in Pirates Cove. So where I parked up here, from there you can hike and you come down these trails right down here along the cliff, and you can get all the way to the cliffs. It's a pretty far drop, and there's some really nice views there. There's a natural, I guess it's a cave or a tunnel where you can walk through and then go out and look over the edge of this cliff if you so choose or if you're daring. This, of course, is the Pacific Ocean. Nice clear day, pretty shallow water out here. It's not at all unusual to see whales. You can see bait balls collect, which is a big group of fish. And then you see the whales and the dolphins and other marine life coming out to eat. So down here south of Avila Beach, we don't see a lot of boats in the water all the way down to Pismo Beach. It's actually pretty rare to see boats in the water. But when we swing around, and I think there we go. So here we're on day 2. Now we're at the water and we're at Avila Beach. So I flew from just a couple blocks up from the beach, and this was a couple days later because it was actually clear down here in Avila. So this is Avila Beach itself. You can see these are some lifeguard stations right here on the beach. This is a very popular family beach. It's also popular because of a couple other reasons. One, it's the closest beach to San Luis Obispo. And so we have, all the college students, people from San Luis Obispo like to come to Avila Beach. Avila Beach is a little bit warmer than some of our other beaches like Pismo, Grover, going southward. And then again, because Avila is that Chumash word that means hole in the sky, that is, we usually have more sunny days here, sunny warm days in Avila Beach versus the fog that we get all over up and down the rest of the coast. From Pismo Beach to Morro Bay, Cayucas, and Cambria, we're going to get lots of fog here in Avila. We're going to have more sun and warm days. So there are actually 3 piers in Avila Beach. This one, I believe, is still closed. This is the main pier. It used to be, I think that's construction. They're working on it still. Um, I think we used to have access to it. It's been closed for several years. These buildings are open though. There's public bathrooms and other buildings here. Right now, I think this is still closed. We're going to swing around a little bit more. Let's take a look at this downtown area. Now, during the summertime, this is always a nice place to be. But during the summertime, starting, I don't know exactly the months, but for a few months during the summer, on Friday evenings, there is a farmer's market right here along the promenade. And it's a lot of fun. Come down on Friday afternoons. You can take a free trolley from Pismo and from other places. They'll drop you off, and you can come down here, and there's vendors set up along this walkway here. And then usually right about, I think right about here is Mr. Rick's. And we have bands out there. So there's, reggae and other music playing on Friday afternoons in the summertime. All of these are stores, and there's some few restaurants and hotels. This is Alape. It's one of my favorite wineries down here to come and do wine tasting in Avila Beach. And again, Mr. Riggs, and all these great restaurants and storefronts in the downtown area. So this is just a bridge. So there is some fresh water coming through Avila Beach. It comes down this way. It goes along the golf course. I don't know the source of the water, but to the best of my knowledge, this is fresh water that's pouring into the ocean. It's not unusual to see a bunch of little kids playing out here in the water. Right here is a big resort. This is a timeshare resort in Avila Beach. And then the second pier, the third one's kind of hard to see. It's out here. Second pier is right here. And this is a marine research pier, and it's dedicated to Cal Poly, which is California Polytechnic University in San Luis Obispo. So it's a really nice big pier out there that's used for research for marine research for the school. Out here where you see the boats, this is the harbor, so Avila Harbor. And let's keep going as we swing around. This is zoom in on the Cal Poly Pier, and the harbor right there is the third pier, and that is Port San Luis. And you can actually drive your car out here on this pier, and out at the end you can fish. There's free fishing. You don't need a license to fish off the piers here on the Central Coast. And there's a cool restaurant out here. You can catch the fishing boats when they're coming in and buy fresh fish that they've just caught. And they even sell live fish out there. So you can bring a bucket of water and go out there and buy live fish. Don't ask me how they catch a fish and keep it alive, but somehow they do. So you can go in there and you can scoop up live fish in your bucket, bring them home, and that is the freshest fish dinner that I believe you can ever have. So those are the 3 piers in Avila Beach. Where there's a lot of marine life out here. We do see whales. We do have sharks. There's been some great white sharks out here. There are seals out here along Port San Luis. Don't know if I've seen sea lions or the sea otters out here, but it's probably not unusual to see them as well. As we zoom out, Here's our dog beach. So right here, between this Cal Poly Pier, just beyond the pier, you can park out here on the street, and this is an off-leash dog beach, which is really awesome. The whole beach is really surrounded. You have to walk down a boat ramp to get down onto the beach, and the rest of it is big hills and is covered with boulders to control the water from coming up on to the street. So you can take your dog off the leash. It's totally legal, and the dogs can't get away, so they can just run around and have fun. It's really, really interesting to see how the behavior of a dog changes when the leash comes off. As we look down here, there's some RV camping down here. I'm not sure how people get priority get there or to get those spots. If it's, I don't know if you can reserve it or if it's first come, first serve. This up here is a brand new camping area. It's kind of like glamping. You can rent a little cottage up here and camp out, which is just a great, fun location. Now, everything out here, for the most part, is going to be PG&E property. So this is really pretty untouched property out there beyond the campground. So there are roads that PG&E employees use to drive out to Diablo Canyon. That is the nuclear power plant. It's located somewhere out in here. But the reason why I'm pointing out this wilderness is it's private property for PG&E. So even in the public area where people live, in the golf course, but more so, as I'm told, because I haven't been out there, going out to the PG&E area, there's just a lot of wildlife. So definitely when I go play golf, there's lots of turkeys. There are a lot of deer. I've seen a number of bobcats. And then I've been told that once we get out here on this less beaten path going out towards PG&E, that there's even more wildlife out there. I've heard about mountain lions, bears. I haven't done my own sighting because I haven't been out there. So as we're swinging around, we have some nice homes up here on the hill. And this is Avila Beach Golf Course. We're coming around again. Now, this section of the golf course right here is really cool. You see this big grassy area. This is one of the holes for the golf course. I just played there. I can't remember which one it is. But anyway, it's not unusual to see festivals going on down here as well as concerts. And it's really cool. They'll set up the concert here, put up a big screen so the band is here and all the people are over in this area. And so your background is the ocean, the sunset. There's the bar that's affiliated with the golf course as well as the concerts. So in the downtown area of Avila Beach that we're looking at now, it gets really, really busy. You can see there's a big public parking lot. There's paid parking. This does fill up. It fills up often and pretty consistently. So a lot of people park out here on Avila Beach Road as well if they need to overflow. So this video was shot in the beginning of October, and so the hills are still brown. When we get rain, it'll turn green. And these hills will all be very, very green for the rainy season if we have one in that respective year. So now we're just looking at the hills of Avila Beach and some of the homes. We're back looking at that gated community. San Luis Bay Estates is right up here. So Avila Beach really is a beautiful, great place to visit, a great place to live. Some people have the only real concern I've actually heard of is because Diablo Canyon is there, that is a nuclear power plant. It does generate power for the region for PG&E. as far as we know, I mean, there haven't been any problems or nuclear spills. It's a good power plant. It's working well, but people do, some people have a concern about the power plant there. My biggest concern would be living here in Avila Beach. If there was some kind of an emergency, say a fire or um, a nuclear disaster problem, again, which we have not had. There's really only one road in and one road out of Avila Beach. And so that's right here. That's Avila Beach Road. So I think that's the most intimidating thing about Avila. Outside of that, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. You have the hills, you have golf, you have the beach, you have the water, you have the port, you have your boat there. It's a truly amazing place to be. Now, the last thing when we wrap up here about Avila Beach is we do have a lot of hot springs. There are naturally heated hot springs up here along Avila Beach Road. So the first one is when you drive in from Highway 101 and you're coming down Avila Beach Road on the right-hand side, right about where you enter the Bob Jones Bike Trail, which is right here. So it's the top of Avila Beach Road. You can park your car. You can drive your bike down, park your car in a parking lot up here. And there's a real nice bike trail. And it's called the Bob Jones Trail. And it actually goes all the way out through Avila Beach, through the golf course to Port San Luis. And it actually, a lot of people don't know that it goes all the way up here. It goes way up to San Luis Obispo. So Bob Jones Trail starts around Prado Road in San Luis Obispo. It comes all the way down here to the beach, so you can ride your bikes. Back to the naturally heated sulfur water. So where you park there at the Bob Jones is very close to the Avila Beach sulfur pool. It's a public pool. You can go there and swim, and you can get all those natural minerals that smell, a little bit strong, but they're really, really good for you. The other opportunity to get into the naturally heated water is at Sycamore Mineral Springs. That's just down the way a little bit farther on the left-hand side on your way down to Avila Beach. There are private public hot tubs. So you can rent a hot tub by the hour. I say it's private public because it'll be your private rental that you have for that hour, and no one else is going to get up there. They're very secluded and fenced in, but they're public because they're open up to the public. Now, it used to be that the water was straight out of the springs, and you could smell and feel all the minerals on your skin. Now they've changed that. They've chlorinated those little public private hot tubs, but you can get a room. Here's your secret tidbit. You can get a room at the Sycamore Mineral Springs, and you can still have your own private natural mineral spring with all those great minerals in that hot water. Clear those sinuses, make your skin feel good, and just make you feel really good. So that's Avila Beach, California in a big nutshell, I'll say. Again, my name is Bruce Carson. I'm with Keller Williams Realty Central Coast. I'm here to help you if you ever have any questions about the Central Coast, if you want to move here, if you want to move out of here, or if you're just coming to visit. Feel free to call, text, or email me anytime. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next video.